My grandpa was one of the first ones he was one of the first ones that went into Colonial Chuchupa, and he got to be the cook, and another guy got to be the bottle washer. In other words, did the dishes, and then another guy did the surveying, and another guy did the measuring, and they went up and measured off Colonial Chuchupa, and they went from Colonial Juarez up to Colonial Chuchupa. Okay, this picture here shows a haystack. Down there, the farmers would always all get together and gather up their own hay and each help each other out. And they had these big forks that go in and pick up the hay and take it and stack it high. No, they didn't cut it by hand. They cut it with a mowing machine that was drawn by the horse, and then they would pile it up. And each guy owned their own mowing machine. All right, they cut the hay with a mowing machine. It was a two-wheel deal. The man sit on it and drove two horses, and the mowing machine would cut it. And then they had these dump rakes. They'd go drag along, and then they'd get a ball of hay underneath the rake, and then they'd press a lever and it would dump. They stacked it up that way, and then they went along with a pitchfork and picked it up and threw it up on the wagon with a pitchfork. And I was 2 years old, and Alfred was 4, and then we was along with him, and the hay got raised up. Well, we got a full load, and then we was headed back to town, and I fell asleep on the hay, and I started to cry, and my dad said, "Alfred, leave Bill alone." And Alfred says, "Daddy, I ain't bothering him." And my dad turned around and seen this black timber rattler crawling across my face. I was laying on my right side, and it bit me right here, and right here next to the eye, right here.
Below your left side.
He took a pitchfork and threw the rattler off, and it hit a fence like this right here, and went around like this, and landed on one of the horses, and it scared the horse, and he took off running. And Grandpa Baker, my grandpa, was holding the horses, and finally he let go, and the horses kept running. He wanted to get to town, and my dad was holding me and sucking on the spot where the snake bit. As soon as they got to the first house, my dad slipped off the wagon and ran in and got a knife from this lady, and she says, "Oh my goodness!" And my dad was cut a slot right here. My cousin was there. He ran to school and told him that little Bill got bit with a rattlesnake, and everybody brought remedies and everything. And Grandpa Baker says, that's my dad, says, "Go get this Indian woman, an old Indian woman that lived there." So they went and got her, and she told my dad, go kill the best looking rooster you got. So they killed this rooster, that hot meat, put it on a poultice. There's a poultice on this rattlesnake bite. And they put it there and held it there for a long time. And then my head swole up, and my eyes swole like little peepholes. My nose, right here where my nose is, it was flat, and just the hole sticking out. But right up on my cheeks, right here, you see it's different shades. Up to when I was 13 years old, I could peel scabs off without even skinning myself. You're bleeding, And the power of the priesthood and everything. That's what kept me alive. Otherwise, I'd be dead. It only got me with one fang, though. That's the story of that.